Hey kids, the program you're about to listen to contains some adult situations, adult language, themes, and other adult topics. If you're easily offended, this show's not for you.
Naughty Pops. Are you looking for lollipops with adult shapes for any special occasion? Bachelorette parties, gag gifts, and more. They have tons of gourmet flavors that are shipped right to your door. Order yours today at www.naughtipopsnow.etsy.com and tell them Krazy Truth sent you.
All right, hey you crazy motherfuckers, welcome back to another edition of Krazy Truth. I am your host with the most, I am Cole. I'm not followed by anybody, maybe. I'm here with my
I'll go with followed.
My lovely wife and assistant, Miss Amanda.
I'm an assistant now. Hey.
What? Ghost stories?
Co-star jackass.
Oh, co-star. Yeah, okay. I guess my son we need to help better signs up for me. So, okay, so hey, normally we start this with sex stories. Is what we usually start this with. I don't have one today.
Yeah.
No, there we go. So here's the goal. You know what? Everybody take a minute. We're not going to say anything for like 2 minutes. It's going to be like a moment of silence. And what I want you all to do right now is sit there and think about the sexiest, weirdest thing that's ever happened during sex. Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened during sex?
Fucking dog cock block man was biting my dick. Everybody has their own. We want them to give a chance to have their own sex story.
Oh.
All right.
What if they don't? Then you just give them something to laugh at.
Well, they're swingers, and they need to go out and create something. See, here's the thing. If you don't have a weird sex story, you either haven't been in the lifestyle long enough or you're doing it wrong. So you need to go out this week in public and take and have a great sex story. Tape it and send us a tape. That's what we want to see.
You know nothing's on tape anymore, right?
You fuck off. And I know Christmas lights don't get hot anymore. Yeah, I got it. You know what I mean.
Well,
iPhone it, whatever. Anyways.
Video.
Well, not videotape, just video. Right. See, this is why we don't have any good sex tapes, because I'm still trying to use like VCRs and tapes and shit.
Wow.
Okay, so now if you have that moment, think about that for a second. Make sure you share it with us as we go. Okay, so let's go to questions, shall we? Let's do what we do best. Don't touch stuff. How many times we went through this? We're not allowed to touch stuff in the studio. You get the sound guy all kinds of worked up. Look, see, he's giving me that disapproving look right now. See that look?
I was moving it closer.
Hey, you know what he really likes? When you do this. Look away from the microphone and talk, and then move through across the way like this. He likes this. Okay. Sorry, I'll quit fucking with the sound guy. All right, so got a couple good questions for you. This first question actually does not come from the States. It comes from across the pond. It's right from the UK. This is from M. I don't know. Anyway, so her question is, they're new in the lifestyle, okay, and they keep hearing about all this, don't take one for the team, don't take one for the team. They're new, so it's kind of happened, and ish, but they don't totally understand. Do people really stand their ground and not take one for the team? If you don't take one for the team, how can you ever find 4 people to actually hook up?
I was going to say, it depends on if you're hooking up as a couple or with a single, or...
That's the thing. It's hooking up with a couple, and the problem that they're having is, they're trying to decide if they're being too picky, the problem they're having is that they take and, they'll be looking at profiles, they're on different sites, they're looking at profiles, or they go out to dinner, and he's all into the other girl, and she's not into the guy at all, or vice versa. And so they're like, how do you actually get to hook up if you don't take one for the team? That's a really good question, and I think it's something that it's something that really our answer is going to be, this will be interesting to see what our answer, because we're just like everybody else. We say we're not going to take one for the team with the thing of anymore. Because when we were new, we took ones for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you take one for the team because when you're new, you're like, oh my God, if we say no, we're never going to get to have sex again.
Right.
Yeah, so you take one for the team because you don't know that you can say no and you can be choosy. You're trying to get known. It's like an ad campaign.
But some people I wouldn't have chosen.
I hadn't been drunk and ran my mouth first.
Some people that I wouldn't have chosen, or I wouldn't have been interested in, when it came to actually hooking up, taking one for the team, so to speak, I actually had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, well, that's one of the things I want to talk about because there were some of them that we actually took, and initially there was zero interest in one of the people we were going to hook up with because they were a little bit older. We were new, and I was like, come on, maybe it'll be fun because again, we were just trying to hook up with people, right? And then it turned into be one of your best fucks. He was right up there. So, okay, so number one, I want to put it out here. Everybody goes, oh, we don't take one for the team, we don't take one. That's bullshit. There's a shit ton of people are taking one for the team.
You had to have at some point.
You had to, and people still are. They are still taking them for the team.
There might be the rare few that haven't.
The reality is when you're trying to find 4 people that everybody gets along perfectly, or that everybody is completely okay with, that's a challenge.
Yes.
Okay, I think that there's less. We're much less apt to take one for the team in terms of if it's something you meet them that night. You know, it's the first time you meet them. You're at the club. You hit it off really good, and you decide to go hook up. Because then you're not really what you're looking at that point in time is you're looking at, you know, the physical attributes versus pretty much anything else. Mm-hmm. So you're much less. It's a lot easier to not take one for the team when that's what you're looking at.
Right.
When you and one of the things like they had talked about, and a lot of people they talk about going out to dinner first and everything like that. We never done that. That was never our thing.
No.
It is much harder. I can see it would be much harder to avoid taking one for the team that way because all of a sudden, well, let's just say that the girls in it for you as well, but she's more interested in you than me, and then all of a sudden both of them are just busy looking at you, and I'm just sitting there eating dinner being ignored. Mm-hmm. Right? So in that aspect, it becomes more of a challenge. But the upside to that is you have the ability to take and see personalities.
Right.
The reality is, I don't care who you are, okay, unless you're the most vain piece of shit asshole ever. If someone is super fun to be around, super funny, great time, hang out with them, there's a much higher chance that you could probably have sex with. It wouldn't be considered taking one for the team so much.
Right.
Okay? Personality wins, and it's not just for us. Personality wins for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. If you have somebody that's funny, okay, I can overlook a lot of things, because as much as I'd love to say that I am the beacon of sexiness, right? I am kind of like a Greek god. I can't even say that with a straight face. Those of you that subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll see that and see why that's so funny. But I think my personality can make up for a lot of flaws. It can make up for a lot of like gray hairs, you know, lines, age, laugh lines, that kind of stuff. Personality goes a long ways.
There's a lot of girls that want to do you because of your personality.
No, they're not all blonde. Yeah. Well, because personality wins. If you can make somebody laugh, then that's a huge thing. Mm-hmm. So, one, though, I think the partially counter that is, one, you maybe if you're going to do the meet where the whole dinner, dare I say, dating. Anyways, you're going to do that crap. The dinner, the drinks first, whatever.
Right.
You have to go into it with a way different mindset, I believe. Now remember, as we always put out there, so when you send your hate mail, you send it appropriately. These are merely our opinions. Just fucking saying. Okay. But you have to go into it with a way more open mind.
Right.
Give them a chance. Look past their tits, their ass, the bulge in their pants, and like actually listen to them talk, see what they're, you know. Like, because here's the deal. You can have a supermodel, and if they're a fucking tool, yeah, I'm out. It is not happening.
Or the one couple that we actually did go out to dinner first.
Oh, God.
And I was like, okay, yeah, it's okay. And then I saw him eat. And I'm like, no.
You know, in that one movie, the holiday classic, how did the little piggies eat? Yeah, that was yeah. I got the 911 call from the back. It wasn't even 911. It was, there's no fucking way on God's green earth.
I wasn't that mean.
The fuck you weren't in the text. You weren't that mean to them personally, but on the text, you were like, abort. Yeah. So, but we gave them a chance.
Yes.
And we actually gave them a chance. The original plan was to go back and like play cards or something. Stupid, I don't know.
Yeah.
And we still gave them a chance. And their personality sucked. And guess what happened? Not a goddamn thing. So
nothing more attractive than seeing a girl hop across the floor catching crickets.
You have not lived until you're in the middle of a conversation and somebody just dives off of a chair. That's something you can't see on a carpet floor. and she goes, I got it. And we're like,
what the fuck is she doing?
And she goes, we have crickets, and then she took it over and fed it to the lizard. The best part about that was it didn't happen once. It happened like 3 fucking times, completely randomly, just out of the fucking blue. It scared the shit out of me every time that happened. Every time, all of a sudden, she just dove off a chair. Like, well, whatever. Anyways, nice folks, great people. Anyway, so, but you still have to go into things with a way more open mind. Give people a chance. Okay, and keep in mind, if you're going to go out to dinner with people, weird as this may be, they might be nervous also.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not necessarily going to be like super suave and just natural. Mm-hmm. You have to be prepared. You may get some like cheese ball, like pickup lines, like horribly sad innuendos to try to like, lead up to the fact that they want to have sex. And I mean, especially if it's with another new couple. Mm-hmm. If it's with a new couple, there'll be a little bit of like 70s, hey baby. Oh yeah. You're going to have some of that, but count it up to nerves. Give them enough of a chance to like, kind of work through that.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the email and date thing, it might be well worth it to go and do 2 dates to give people a chance to be comfortable. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that's the first part. Now, if in terms of overall taking one for the team, we've dealt with that a little bit more because it is harder and harder and harder to find 4 people that we all work around perfectly with, right? So what we've learned is it's actually changed how we swing a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because that actually is what opened the door to us considering doing more swinging alone, where we play alone. Mm-hmm. Because it became an issue that became frustrating for us. It became frustrating for me. It'd be like, okay, because we had this conversation. This is not ripping on you, Miss Amanda, obviously. But there were times that you'd be like, okay, well, you want to fuck somebody, then you look at the profiles and find somebody. And I'd be like, okay. So I would go on and I would look, and I'd start communicating. I'd find this couple, whatever. And I'm going, well, I think this is the type of guy she'd be interested in. And then I'm like, okay, well, they really want to meet. And I show the picture, and you're like, oh my God, fuck no. What are you kidding me? I'm not into that.
About it.
Well, no, it's not being mean. You were just being honest. Or there were times that you were like, okay, well, here's something. Look at this. And I'm like, what? No, I'm not even vaguely interested in that. You don't know how much you don't know your fucking spouse until you try to figure out who they want to fuck. Okay?
Maybe it depends on the mood.
Something, 26 years, and you know what? I would have a better chance of picking lottery numbers, winning lottery numbers, than I would of picking the right guy out of a lineup of 10 or the one that you would want to fuck. Actually, you know how I would do that? Whichever one that I would go, there's no way in God's green earth that she's even vaguely interested. I'd be like, yeah, that's the one. You can't tell, you sitting there shaking your head. You can't tell me that's not true. How many times have you go, oh, he's hot, and I went, what? Like, totally shocked.
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So, but where it led us, because it was like, okay, so we're trying to figure out who we each want to fuck. We're getting nowhere with it. And then if we'd find a couple that was like, we could both, it wasn't taking one for the team, but it was kind of both, we could settle on. Mm-hmm. It was like, it's like shopping for a couch. Okay? So, we go look at a couch, and there's one that you really like, and there's one that I really like, but we don't like each other's choice, and so eventually you settle. So we would find a couple that we could be like, okay, we can both live with this. So what started to happen was, it was like we were both taking one for the fucking team. Say something, because you were part of this. Okay?
More, they're doable.
Exactly, but there was the problem is we went from people we were really excited about to they're doable.
Yeah.
Okay, and you read, okay, for those of you that are new in the lifestyle that listen to this, you will reach a certain point in your swinging career. No, that's right. Quest for the Holy Grail.
Pretty much.
The Knights. Anyway, so you will reach a level where you realize you don't have to, or you won't. You're no longer willing to, I don't know, settle or just jump at the first thing. Mm-hmm. You've come to the realization that you're actually able to be picky and choosy a little bit, and it's not going to hurt your social standing. It's not going to hurt you getting laid or getting invited to hotel parties or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Okay, and when you reach that, it's very easy to fall into the they're doable because hey, it's been like 2 or 3 months since we've actually hooked up with somebody, or 449 days, and so
who's counting?
Well, yeah, but who's counting? But so you and also you go, well, it's a big party. We've done this. It's Halloween or it's St. Patty's Day, or it's a big hotel party. But I remember the one in Des Moines. Oh yeah, where it was the end of the night. We were like, we wanted to hook up with somebody, and at the end of the night we're like, fuck, the choices are really limited, and we were like, yeah, that was exactly right. So what do you guys do? I don't even know if we knew their names at that point. We did. We talked to them briefly through the night. It was not normal, but we were like, hey, you settled. They were doable. And then the problem is the next day, you look at that and you just go, yeah, that was And the lifestyle's not supposed to be
No.
That's the whole thing. It's supposed to be fun. We drove all the way home from that party. We talked about it for like 10 minutes, and then we just talked about regular normal stuff. Mm-hmm. The fun of the lifestyle is when you hook up, and for the next week, you talk about it and you laugh about it. You had that much of a great time. Mm-hmm. So when all of a sudden your hookups become doable, that's just not. At least for us, that was not where we wanted to be.
Right.
So what we started to do is that's when we started talking about playing alone, because granted we still set rules, and primarily we're a play alone at party couple. But it's like, here's the deal. You know what? If there's this guy, you guys are really hitting it off. You really like the guy. Okay. And either he's single or he's with a couple and she's okay with it. Mm-hmm. You guys go have fun. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Awesome. And then the same applies for me. We go have fun, and then it was a great time. Sometimes those have led to then everybody gets together. Mm-hmm. And that's all right too. I mean, great. But what it does is it allows us. Then no one feels cheated. Mm-hmm. No one feels like it was that they took one for the team. No, the experience not just and it's kind of exciting. Just a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Because when you get back, I'm like, tell me all about it. Mm-hmm. And when I get back, tell me all about it. And you're like, we get all, so it kind of it ramps it up again a little bit. Mm-hmm. I guess the thing is Miss Amanda currently has duct tape on her mouth, for those who not watching. Oh, but what it does is it ramps it up. Now, don't misinterpret this. We are not advocating that everybody should go out and start playing alone.
No, you do it when you're ready, or if you want to,
or if you ever get ready. Mm-hmm. Some people don't get ready, so you got to do what works best. And actually, I want to throw this in here because we don't talk a lot about soft couples and full swap. But sometimes when you find the right couple, they're a lot of fun, whole personality, the whole 9 yards. Even if, in this case, the one couple was in the soft swap, which we're not. Mm-hmm. We still had a great time at the Halloween. They were a little surprised.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they were.
I mean, because when you went up and you started that conversation, you were real honest. I mean, we were just up front with... There was no false expectations of what was going to happen. I mean, they were probably more nervous than we were because they, we knew that their soft swap.
Being a soft swap couple, that they probably don't get a lot of people that are willing to just go to that level.
Right, especially not that are known as non.
But we knew from when we very first met them that they were soft swap, and a lot of people wouldn't have anything to do with them.
And they're a super cool couple. And the thing is so sometimes, again, they've got a great personality. And so sometimes personality wins, and it was kind of, it was fun because it was all four of us get along really well. And we have a good time that way. But it was also fun because, yeah, it was a little bit different for us because we'd never truly done soft swap. So we fucked like rabbits after they left. We were fucking revved up like fucking none other. And that was hot. I mean, that part became hot. Is it something I want to do soft swap every time? No. But again, open horizon. We had found two other people that the four of us, it was good all the way through. So grow a little bit, take a little bit of a challenge. Or not a challenge. It's not a challenge. Swinging is not a challenge.
Well, sometimes it can be.
You need to get out of jail free card. Yikes. It's like obstacles, so you up it. You level up by shots. It makes the game more complex as you go through. How can you do it with 6 shots? That'll be awesome. So I guess the biggest thing is people, if anybody tells you they've never taken one team, they're completely lying through their ass.
Well, you have one person on your live that said they've never taken
They've never taken one for the team. Never, ever, ever, ever. They've never. Let me see it. Let me see. I can't see. Oh, here we go. Oh. Let's see. Which one? Where? I don't know.
That one. Well, not that one specifically, that person.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question, because for those of you who don't know, we do this live as well on our page. So here's what I'd say when taking one for the team. The definition of taking one for the team varies a little bit. Okay? Well, think about this. Now, seriously, to some people, taking one for the team would be someone that you're just like, it's okay, it's doable. To some people, the only person they're going to fuck, and we have somebody, and somebody else just commented on there as well about being really picky, that they have to fit every requirement. They've got like 10 requirements, and they have to fit all 10 of them, or otherwise it's taken for the team. So they have to be 6'3", 225, super tan, kind of a certain tattoos, whatever the case may be. They have certain requirements.
Well, in my opinion, the one that said that she's really picky, I know for a fact that she's told me about doing people she never would have.
That's with alcohol. Just say it.
It doesn't matter.
A little cocktail.
It doesn't matter.
Well, okay, but everybody has their moments.
Well, we all do.
But so that would be my question: is if you've never, ever, ever taken one with the team, have you ever altered or settled just a little bit? Because if you've altered or settled just a little bit, to me, that's kind of taking one for the team. But I get what they're saying.
There's compromise, especially where we
But
spend.
should we compromise with our bodies?
Shut up. There are times we spent the first 5-6 years just playing as a couple.
Yep, we did.
So to find people to play as a couple,
We took it lots for the team. We compromised a lot. Oh, bull!
Ish.
Don't you? Ish my ass.
There was only one time I pretty much went, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, that was the time when I was drunk and we weren't communicating really well outside of the whole thing there. Everyone has a subtle moment. Absolutely, yes, everybody has a subtle moment. For me, it depends. You know what would create my subtle moment?
What?
Cocktails. No, actually, you know what? If you're the right girl and you happen to catch my nipple just right, the reality of it is, you come up out of the blue and you suck my nipple. There's a distinct possibility you're getting the dick. It's just saying. Sound guy just almost ruined the soundboard spit pop.
Oh, God, that was funny.
So, I mean, okay, we all have our subtle moments. Now, okay, so to the person that put that about Dave, so we're just funning with you on the live a little, we're hassling you a little bit. But everybody, here's the thing. This is the other thing. Some people say they've taken one team or they've settled based on what other people think. Here's what I say to that. Fuck that. If you want to fuck somebody, fucking go for it. No matter what, we've all heard the you want to fuck the Hunchback of Notre Dame, rock on. Hammer away. And do it with pride. Don't let other people determine whether or not it's taking one for the team. You know? Because somebody has the right person, I don't fucking care. We know that I'll fuck somebody in public on the back of a pickup. Shit, I'm not even so picky. You know what? I don't even need to know your name. Just saying. If you're listening, please send me your name. Just going. Hey, and you know what? Real quick, before we do the second half here, we're going to keep some of these, there's some great comments in the lives that are going to be some things we're going to talk about down the road. Because there's one in there about how to get people to understand.
I missed that one.
Maybe we'll talk about the second part of the show. I don't know. Hey, what we're going to do real quick here, let's take a quick break if we shall. Where are my notes? And give a big shout out to our second half sponsors, shall we?
Club G. Club friends and pleasure come together. Come visit Club G. Come visit the hottest new lifestyle club in Des Moines. Over 3,200 square feet. Huge dance floor. Private play areas. Plenty of places for quiet conversation. Club G. Contact them for more information at DSM01 at gmail.com.
Okay, and perfect. We're back. Luckily, we had a hair follicle fuck up. All right, so because we got a great question on our live. Again, by the way, if you want to become a member of the Krazy Kasbh, most kick-ass Facebook page, secret Facebook page out there, 2,400 members and growing, you can send us an email at Krazy, Krazy, .Kasbh, Kasbh, at gmail.com. Give me your name, and we'll show you how you can get a part of that. By the way, we're going to have a contest at some point in time. We're going to see how many people can mispronounce Kasbh.
Yeah, a lot.
Just saying. Okay, just kind of a fun little thing. Just so everybody's listening, it is actually Kasbh. There we go, Kasbh. Okay, so the question that we got. This is from, what am I doing? Oh, shit. All right, so this is kind of a two-part question. This is going to be, Ben, you're the guilty one. Not guilty. I'm just kidding with you. Ben's the one that kind of brought it up for us, and this is a good point. And actually, Jeannie also hit on it as well. Guys that think they're God's gift to women in the lifestyle. Now, wait a minute. We are equal time here, okay? So we know that the guys do it a lot, but there's also everything that where we say the word guys, you can also put in the word what? Huh? Gal. It applies equally. Okay, this way we don't have one whole group hating our guts. Okay, so you want to start with that? You want to start with the cheese, the fucking wild and crazy guys from Saturday Night Live that come up and think they're still in the lifestyle and hit on people?
Where to begin?
There's so many places for this to go.
Well, personality wins for a lot of people.
Wait, what?
I know. And we've been talking about the whole first half of the show.
Yeah.
But arrogance will get you nowhere.
Yes.
With some. Me, definitely. Arrogance is a massive turnoff.
Okay, I can honestly say, in all the years we've been doing this, I've never heard one woman come up yet and go, that guy is such an arrogant douchebag. I just want to fuck him. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty sure out there that there's not a single woman that goes, I just love a guy that's an arrogant ass, or that thinks they are all of that. I mean, here's the reality of this. We talked about this before. Very few of us could actually or would want to be photographed naked and put on Time magazine, so all the world could see us in all of our shining glory because we have such the perfect body, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so when people come up, and guys or gals, and they act like that, they have this act that they're all this in a bag of fucking chips. The reality is, what's the first thing you think of when some guy comes up and is just overbearing, over douchey? What's the first thing that runs through your mind?
That's the first thing that runs through my mind.
You can't get past douchey?
No. I've turned my back to people that act that way.
Yes, you have. I've actually watched you politely go, and purposely start a conversation with somebody else.
I won't blatantly ignore you, but I'll go, okay, that's cute, that's nice, okay. And then turn around and talk to somebody else.
And roll your eyes when you're looking at me.
Yes.
You roll your eyes when you're looking at me. Yes. Okay, the thing is look, when you're going up and you're talking to somebody, you don't have to, like, you know, just throw everything you've got at them at one time. You don't have to be like a wall of personality or a wall of...
Cheesy.
A wall of cheese whiz.
Well, you think all the nastiest pickup lines you've ever heard, and that's what it almost feels like when it's coming at you.
Yeah, and really, there's the key. A lot of these people that think they're all that, they think that they're coming across as all fucking suave. What they're really coming across as is absolute cheese dicks. I mean, they're coming across as just cheese balls. They're just like 2 chains and chest hair popping out of the top of their shirt, shy of being something right out of a stereotypical 70s porn. I mean, it's true. And so the thing is a little bit of discretion or a little bit of like, whoa, pulling it back just a scotch goes a long way.
Yeah.
I have personally seen, I know people that know me because my personality is pretty over the top and I'm pretty loud and I'm pretty out there. But if you watch me, I'm that way all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I don't think I'm cheesy. Mm-mm. He says with his fingernails painted and his rings on. Okay, but I don't think I'm necessarily cheesy. But
when people get to learn, when people get to know you,
they know what I'm. But they see me. If you watch me around a room, I'm no different, pretty much with most people. Although if it's somebody new, I can, believe it or not, come up and just stand quietly. That does actually happen.
It has happened.
I have never, you know, sometimes as a guy, if you stand up and you approach a couple or a female or a couple females talking, and you stand there quietly, kind of smile, look warm and inviting, a lot of times, almost most of the time, they will turn around and acknowledge you and say hi, and they will start talking to you. And they'll continue to converse with you like people. Mm-hmm. But if you come up and you're just like overbearing and you're gropey and you're touchy and you're just bite your way into the conversation, instantly you watch the eye rolls around the group and watch people do everything in their power to get the fuck away. And then when you see them later standing in another group talking and looking over at you, it's not because they think you're hot. It's because they're telling the other people in the group you're a cheese ball. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, you know, I mean, a little bit of discretion. Now, this kind of ties in with, we had another one that had mentioned on there, when you try to be nice, but somebody doesn't, a guy primarily, doesn't get the hint, and this applies for women also.
Oh, I was going to say, I know some women like that don't get the hint.
That don't get the hint of, you're trying to be nice, enough is enough. Okay, look, at some point in time, I'm a huge advocate, we're huge advocates of being nice. Mm-hmm. Trying to politely either excuse yourself, get away from the situation, whatever the case may be, or trying to politely go, hey, I appreciate it, but, you know, talk to you later, bye-bye, type thing. There are times if someone is going to be that over the top, and they're just not going to get that, you've tried to politely shoo them on their merry little way, right? Mm-hmm. And they won't quit. It is okay to eventually go, I don't mean to be rude, I'm not interested. And just fucking, or do you not think so?
No, you can say that. I don't know to a girl if you can say that.
Depends how hot she is. Does she have big boobs? I'm just kidding.
Oh, shut up. You have some that you go, oh my god, she was just annoying.
Raping my ear.
Yeah, there's one in particular that's a little overly aggressive, and I stay calm. And he won't let me say you're off limits, but so be it. And I have no problem telling her now. But anyway,
Lord.
I personally would not be able to tell a guy, no, I'm not interested. I would try to avoid.
Wait a minute.
Yes, because I avoid.
You don't. So there would be no way that you would be able to tell a guy, I'm absolutely not interested. Let's see.
I'm like, I have that right here.
Okay. Oh, you do. Okay. All right. So, but there's no way you could. They couldn't piss you off.
There's only one person I said that we would never hook up.
Yes, but it took a long time. Okay, that's right. You're pretty.
But it took a long time before I could
And
tell
you
him
accused me of being too nice. We both accuse each other of being too nice. Here's the reality of it. you know what, we talk a really good game, but we're both just giant vaginas when it comes right down to it. And the reality is, we're just going to let you rape our ears, and we're not going to say anything, but just know, in the car ride on the way home, we are totally talking shit.
So don't terrify everybody that we know and that we hang out with on the weekends that we're just being nice to you because. No.
Look, if we're not...
You'd know it by now.
Yeah, trust me. I will get drunk enough at some point in time and go, you are such a fucktard. No. You'll know because we will constantly... Look, we are masters of avoidance.
Yes.
Okay, so here's a hint for you. If we make eye contact and then I run away and you don't see me again, and you see Amanda feeding me drinks like behind a door or like under a table.
And I knew Ben would think that.
Yeah, no, we.
If I kiss you, you're good.
You dirty girl. It's the beard. I need a beard. So. Okay, we're not, but yes, we are very nice. We try to be very nice to people overall across the board, and there are times where people just will not get the damn hint, and that's where you know, look, especially for females, if it's a male, well, either way, actually, if you have to, you might actually have to take and get somebody else involved. Mm-hmm. If someone just really, really won't take a hint. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, part of this whole thing is, you know, it's your responsibility to look at body language a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm very tuned into that. You're very tuned into it because there are people that they're very nice. Mm-hmm. They mean very well, but even though we're sitting there going or I see it with other groups all the time. It's fun to watch. You see interactions, right? You're at the club, and you see interactions with people, and I'm watching the other people's body language, and you can see the person's body language is screaming, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Mm-hmm. And the other person's just not getting it. And sometimes, you know, I have been known, even for people I don't know, if I see that, to go rescue them. Mm-hmm. To be a rescue party and go in and go, hey, hi, I'm Cole, how are you? You know, how can, you know, what's going on, and kind of, you know, flirt with them to just help somebody out. Mm-hmm. I think there's a challenge in the lifestyle, and we just had this point brought up, that sometimes people feel like they get themselves in a situation from being too nice. Mm-hmm. Here's my thing with that. I would rather be known as someone that is too nice versus being known as somebody that's a fucking prick.
Yeah. Okay,
because, again, I've said this all the time. We both say this all the time. I'm not a supermodel. I'm not here to judge. Mm-mm. You know, it's. I've always said that if people will give you a compliment, whether you're interested in hooking up with them or not, a compliment's a compliment, and it takes a lot of courage for people to walk up and talk to other people. You know, it's intimidating. I've been in sales my whole life, so for me to go up and talk to people is not that big a deal. Mm-hmm. But for some people, it really is a big thing. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to be that couple that's known as, don't go talk to them. You know, they're assholes. If you're always rude to people, even if you're not interested in them, you will get dubbed as that couple that don't talk to them. They're assholes. And you can see couples like that out at the clubs. You know how you recognize those couples?
How?
They're the ones standing by the fucking self. Every single time they're standing by themselves all the way through. I'm trying to read this as we go through. You need to be reading this out loud. Okay, yes, and one of the things that they point out that Ben and several people point out on our live is that it's not necessarily sometimes that people are being too nice. It's that people aren't respectful of other people's boundary, and that can happen. Mm-hmm. I mean, here's the thing. I think you have to look at going to the club is a lot like it's a form of speed dating, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know, ultimately the goal is kind of, make your rounds, try to talk to people, talk to all your different friends, maybe take that chance and I don't know what the hell that was. Mm-hmm. I was laying an egg. Take that chance and meet some new people, but don't necessarily don't become like attached. don't monopolize somebody.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say is don't. It's hard when you're new. Also, we've been there. When you're new and you find somebody that's actually nice to you, it's very easy. All of a sudden, you're like, it's a comfort zone. So you're like, and you're just like,
we've done it.
Yeah, you're stuck with them. So try to keep that in mind. Try to make sure that you don't become just fucking monopolizing or attached. Make sure that especially if you have people that are trying to, you're talking to somebody and you can see there's people kind of like, like the pee dance. That's what it is. It's the pee dance. You go to the bar, you go to the club, and you're talking with somebody. I went up and I said, hey, and I started talking with this person, and I can see people behind them kind of like they got to pee. Well, what they're doing, they're dancing because they're kind of waiting to talk to that person. Mm-hmm. Right? So recognize that. Mm-hmm. And then give the person their space. Let them, don't monopolize time. Then the other part of it is, remember what this is. This is a form of you're not looking for a mate for the rest of your life. Okay? So if someone is polite but not interested and politely, listens to the words they're saying, if they're telling you things that are kind of like maybe, signs of I'm really not interested, let it go. Mm-hmm. I mean, I no matter how much, you are not going to take by badgering somebody, get them to all of a sudden like you and want to sleep with you.
No.
How about now?
You'll turn them off.
How about now? Mm-hmm. I mean, it just doesn't work. What will give you a chance is to take and have them, hey, that you're really nice, and every time you see them at the club, you're polite, you say hi, and you go about your thing, and then all of a sudden they warm up to you and get to know you better, mm-hmm. and it's amazing. You can fuck somebody and get laid from somebody that maybe wasn't initially interested just because you've built a relationship. So after 6 months, a year, whatever the case may be, all of a sudden they get to know you, and then all of a sudden that becomes more of an option. They know you as the person. Mm-hmm. But if every time you see them, you're like, hey, just so you know, I want to dick you. Hey, you can like, fucking, hey, here comes fucking Johnny Dumbass again every time, and you're going to run away.
Or the ones that go, just wait till you see what I've got.
Oh, yeah. Hey, just so everybody knows it's new out there, if you try to portray yourself as a porn star, okay, that you are going to do something so incredible that if Miss Amanda lets you, that you will eat her out better than it's ever been done, and you will fuck her better than it's ever been done, you are setting yourself up for huge failure. Number one, she ain't going to buy it. Number two, you ain't going to live up to it. And let me tell you what, you talk that kind of shit, you damn well better be able to fucking bring an A game that is like extraordinary. Because if you listen to like a huge percentage of people at the club, they are all fucking like Peter North fucking new version. They're going to rock your fucking world, and they're going to... No, you're not. We've been swinging way too many years. Good try. Not happening.
Or the one that goes, just wait till you see what mine looks like. I'm like...
It's a penis! Let me guess. It's either curved or straight.
No, I think he was known for having a big dick. And I'm just like...
Known being a big
okay,
dick.
that doesn't mean squat.
Look, here's the deal. Unless your dick is bigger than any dildo they make, you ain't going to win that battle.
Well, even if it's... for the record, the biggest ones I've had have been very disappointing.
That's right. They might have been able to club a seal, but they weren't able to get you to come. Just saying. It is what it is. Well, here's the deal. If you're a gal, you know what? When you come up to me and you tell me I can give you a blowjob you'll never forget, let me help you out with something. You might want to watch some of the videos we made of how Miss Amanda gives me a blowjob, because she could do it professionally. So you are really gonna have to fucking do something. I mean, I understand being proud in what you do, but let me help you out with something. You will never ever disappoint your partner if you don't talk shit about how good you're gonna be. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're like, hey, you know what? I'm really excited. I certainly hope that we can, make this awesome for you. Guess what? Then you're gonna come out like a rock star. But when you touch it, I'm going to fuck you all night long, baby. I'm going to make you come so many times. I'm going to take you places you've never been before. Woo! And then you get in there, and little Willy Wonka ain't going to fucking get up. And when you finally get him up after you beat him like he owes you money, and you fuck her for 3 seconds, guess what? Womp, womp, womp. It's really hard when you go to the next person and go, hey, I'm going to do... And the person that you just disappointed horribly can hear you. Because they're going to start laughing hysterically. Mm-hmm. Just saying. I don't know. Now there's going to be... I wonder why we don't get laid. We were like, fuck these two jackasses. Oh my God, I'm afraid to say anything. Just so you know, we're really easygoing. Most of our story, we'll never use your name and we don't share recent stories.
And we don't what?
We don't share recent stories. We'll never talk shit about people on here unless you're a douchebag. If you're a douchebag, it's game
names,
on.
And I try not to make it people that are on the page. Sometimes I do, but I don't know if they realize it was them.
Yeah, we ain't never getting laid again. Sweet. Our next podcast will be about how you've transitioned from swinging to prostitution, because it's the only way we're going to be able to get laid anymore. No, we're not judgmental. No, we don't keep notes.
No.
I mean...
We just have stories.
We have stories. No, we don't keep score. Just saying. Wow.
Don't look at me. I didn't do shit.
You could have stopped me at some point in time in that story.
Yeah.
Hey, I can honestly say, and there are people listening on the live right now that can verify for this, I have never talked shit about being a great fuck. And I've also, I'm going to throw this in here too. Don't try to use reverse psychology either, you fucktards. Oh, just so you know, I'm really shitty. I got a super small penis. I don't know how to do anything with it. Guess what?
Every girl knows that if a guy says they have a small dick, that they actually are pretty decent sized.
Yeah. No, you are not going to trick somebody into fucking them by going, oh, I'll bet you're better than you think. Why don't you show me? It doesn't fucking work. Do not try to use reverse psychology. I hear that all the time at the club. Thing is, I've got my dick's only 3 inches, but I can lick the bottom of a tuna can with my tongue flat. Shut up. Seriously, quit using reverse psychology bullshit. You fucking, seriously, no one's actually that fucking stupid. Really? Granted, actually, let's put this out there. If you find somebody that stupid, please send us an email with a contact address, because I want to interview them on the show, and I probably want to hook up with them. Just saying. No one's gonna mind that. Just, you know what? Just be you. Actually, if you don't worry about the fucking part, it will actually happen. And you're just you, and just have fun, have a good time, whatever. Don't fucking constantly have every conversation directed back to your fucking junk. There's a reason they call it junk. It's not supposed to be like the showpiece for the conversation. So don't have everything drop back to your junk and just have fun. You know what? There's a really good chance you may either get your junk wet or railed. One of the two. That's a positive. If you don't make it the sole focus. Because look, even as a swinger, the last thing I want to talk about for 7 hours when I'm at the bar trying to drink and listen to a band is your penis or your pussy. At some point in time, either show it to me or get the fuck out of the way.
Oh, good grief.
Well, you know what? That is an awesome, awesome place to wrap up this edition of the Krazy Truth. All right. So, hey, you need the notes. So we take this opportunity.
Shit, I gotta talk.
It's because you're all horny thinking about. All right. So this time we want to take this opportunity. Thank our sponsors. Go, Miss Amanda. Go.
Naughty Pops. Naughty. Are you looking for lollipops with adult shapes for any special occasion?
It's penises and vaginas.
Bachelorette parties. They do, and I should have brought a penis over here. Bachelorette parties, gag gifts, and more. They have tons of gourmet flavors that are shipped right to your door. Will you shut up? You can order yours today at www.naughtypopsnow.etsy.com and tell them Krazy Truth sent you. Asshole.
All right. And Club G, wonder what the G stands for. Club G, where friends and pleasure come together. Come visit Club G, the hottest new lifestyle club in Des Moines. Over 3,200 square feet, huge dance floor, new stripper poles, private play areas, and plenty of places for quiet conversation. Club G. You can reach them an email, dsmlsc01@gmail.com. All right, kids. That does it for us for another edition of the Crazy Truth. Hey, so get out your pens and papers. Let's put down where all you can follow us
don't use pen
at.
and paper anymore.
Well, they might, goddammit. So here's the thing. So, as our sound guy's using pen and paper. So don't forget, if you like what you hear, you can contribute to our Patreon, www.patreon.com/crazy truth, I believe. Crazy Truth, the Crazy Kasbh. You can also follow us on Instagram. I was going to write these down for this show. You can, don't worry, there'll be a pop-up. You can also follow us on Instagram at crazy. I don't remember that one either. Crazy._.
Just quit mutilating yourself and just end it.
Hey, do you have it that you can like cut that in somewhere? Yeah, good enough. You can leave this part in. I don't even care. All right, so follow us in all the places. Well, I'll tell you how to follow us in a little bit. I do remember our Twitter. Just
imagine that.
Just went at Truth Crazy. Okay. All right. So doing it, fuck my life. Doing it the only way I know how and the only way I want to. Kasbh style. Out. Say your words.
Oh, Barry, shit.